I'm
And
Lavonda.
I'm Doug.
Together we are
We're
LD
LD
Top
World.
of we are LD Top of Mind.
LD Top of Mind. I was thinking about old channel.
All right. So we coming to you live to do Love is Blind. Now we know we're a little bit behind, but we're doing season 8, episodes 11 through 13 today. We know the reunion is tonight, and we'll get that reunion to you. If not today, then tomorrow. So look out for that. But anyway, we're going to start episode 11 through 13. We have the first scene. We have Lauren and David. They're calling it quits
Yes, they are.
because David just cannot get over the fact that Lauren dated someone, I think 3 days before going into the experiment. And because of that, he just won't let it go. I mean, I personally think that he just is not that into her and he's
Yeah.
using that as an excuse to get out of the relationship. But what do you think?
Yeah, keep saying my sister this, my sister that. I mean, just say you just don't like her, dude.
But
Be on with it.
and then the thing is, he said his. I'm sorry. As a grown man, how do you say my sister allowed me to come on the show? Because his sister wasn't a fan of the show, but she allowed him to come on the show. But she told him he could not get engaged in the experiment. So basically, he was allowed to come on the show, I guess, just you know, as a for fun, but he wasn't supposed to actually get engaged. So that was a little weird that a grown man would say that his sister allowed him.
Yeah.
For that reason alone, I thought Lauren should run personally.
Yeah, I think so too. She dodged that bullet.
Yeah, I think so too. So in the next scene, all the couples are sledding down the slope. So they're enjoying each other. They're engaged, their fiance, and also the other couples, and they're just having a great time sledding down the slopes.
And in Indianapolis, sledding down the slopes.
Mm-hmm.
Too cold for me.
Yeah, we don't like cold weather. We don't do it. All right, so the next scene is they all went to the bar to talk about their connections and how they're feeling about their partner at this stage of the experiment.
Yeah.
Yep. Next scene, Lauren shows up and she tells the other couples that her and David split.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's over. And I think it needed to be over because, I mean, she can't keep apologizing. She didn't know David or any other guys that she was going to meet during the whole experiment. So I just don't know what David wanted for her. She kept apologizing, but you would have thought that she cheated on him the way he was acting. I mean, she only has his word for it that he didn't date somebody before he went into the experiment. So I just really think he wasn't that into her. He didn't want to say that. So
Exactly.
yeah, he used.
I mean, these people 30 years old. I'm pretty sure they dated somebody before they went into the experiment. But I guess he wanted her to be pure. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. The next scene, the exes, they showed up at the bar, and Brittany and Devin talked. They almost matched. He thought about marrying her when they were in the pods, but ultimately their connection did not work, and Devin ended up with Virginia. But they talked, and it was all good. It was no bad feelings, ill feelings between the two of them. So it was good. It was good.
No animosity.
No animosity. All right, next scene. David talks to the guys about his breakup with Lauren, and of course, he just talked about how he couldn't get over her dating somebody else before she went into the experiment, which is just still weird to me because they didn't know each other. So it's I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with the experiment. Don't nobody know each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're just dating blindly.
Yeah, so it was kind of strange to me, but we talked about the whole Love is Blind. We believe love is sighted. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So the next scene, Meg and Mason walked in holding hands because they connected outside of the experiment. And
yeah, so that was a good thing.
yeah, and Madison, I don't know. She came with smoke a little bit, like sad shade. She didn't really cause any problems there. But she was hating on Meg and Mason walking into, the bar holding hands. And apparently Meg had reached out to Mason before knowing if Madison and Mason were engaged. So she doesn't like Meg, of course. Meg and Mason seem to be enjoying each other, having a good time. And then Alex walked in. Once again, Madison, she said her and Alex
Right.
met up at the airport. And I don't know, he fed her a whole line about he didn't like Mason, and I don't think he liked Meg. But then you see him hugging Mason, doing the bro hug and acting like all this good, and so she feels like he's a phony. So yeah, she does not like Alex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In the next scene, Molly and David are talking about Lauren and David's breakup. And Molly, I like Molly because she is a girl's girl and she was Team Lauren. She was not trying to hear anything that David had to say. And she's Team Lauren all the way, and she's standing 10 toes down on he should have not cared about what his sister had to say. Now, I kind of disagree a little. I mean, obviously that's his family. So he doesn't really know what a Lauren. He doesn't.
Mm.
David didn't know Lauren. I mean, they're all just meeting. So I don't think he should have disregarded how his family felt.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I also feel like you still, as an adult, you have to make a decision as an adult, and you can't just allow your family to control your decisions. And it was just weird for me to hear him say as a grown man that his sister allowed him to come on the show.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But hey, teach his own.
Yeah, Lauren needed to run, so she should be happy she's out of that situation. In the next scene, David and Lauren. I didn't get this. David and Lauren talked again about the connection they had in the pods. He once again expressed how much he loves her. It was just weird to me because, dude, what are you saying? Do you want to get back with her? Which I was hoping she would say no because, she did say we're past that point. But I still got the feeling that, I don't know, that she kind of wanted to give him another chance. And
Yeah. Then she stuck to her gut and was like, "Oh, I'm good."
it was weird. It just was weird. I couldn't understand why they had that scene. He's already said that he cannot move past her dating this guy, but I don't know. That scene made no sense to me, but
Might have been the alcohol.
it might have been because it did seem like he might have been slurring his words a little bit. So I think it could have been alcohol. Moving on.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah, we gonna blame it on alcohol. Yeah, it was a little weird. And maybe the producer said, "Go have a conversation." You never know.
Yeah.
So the next scene, Sarah and Ben, they went to Ben's church. Sarah looked very uncomfortable. Their values do not align, and she's not sure if she could ever get used to going to that church if the values align. So yeah, she's just not sure. So that was pretty much in that scene. The next scene, Virginia and Devin take a dance class. And
Yes, they cha-cha.
hey, we love to dance too. So
Yes.
yeah, that was fun. Monica and Joey, the next scene, they were playing pickleball. Now, we've never played pickleball.
No, we never played pickleball, but it looked fun though.
Yeah.
So they was having a good time.
Yeah. And we love to have a good time. So maybe that's something we'll pick up in the future. Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Next scene, we have Taylor and Daniel. They're taking Christmas pics.
Yes,
Yeah.
because Daniel always said he was taking Christmas pics by himself for the past 6 years. So he finally got somebody to take a Christmas pic with him.
Yep.
Right.
So that is a good thing. You don't have to do it alone. The next scene, the ladies and the men were picking out tuxedos and wedding dresses. So that's always fun. Me personally, I always just like to rate the ladies' wedding dresses if they chose the right dress that fits, their body shape, if it looks good on them. So yeah, I always enjoy to, just rate the ladies' wedding dresses. So, and then typically I'll ask him what he think about the tuxedos if it's something that, he would pick out for himself.
Yeah.
In the next scene, Monica and Joey are making pizzas.
Oh yeah, they making pizzas, flipping pepperoni on a pizza from a yard away. So that's what's up.
Yep.
Well, I ain't gonna say a yard away, probably a foot away. Anyway,
Next scene, Sarah and Ben are cooking together with their air fryer.
yeah, making chicken and vegetables.
Yep. And so the final scene of this episode, we have Virginia and Devin, and they're talking about the prenup.
Mm.
Devin is not too happy that Virginia wants him to sign the prenup. Now, I get it. I'm sorry. She has worked hard all her life to build up her assets. And he did mention that he does have, some bills and things like that. And, people do accumulate bills. I'm not here to judge them on that. Things happen in life. But he did mention that, he tends to buy tennis shoes, a couple. Well, he said a couple every couple months, but then he changed it to a couple a month. That's different,
Right. They just say
David.
Jordans aren't cheap. They just say Jordans
Okay.
aren't cheap. So this is the reenactment of what happened with Devin and
Her name is Virginia.
Virginia.
So I'm gonna hand him the prenup. Can you sign this
Let
prenup?
me see. What is this?
This is the
Uh,
prenup that
um,
I need to
um,
protect my
but
assets.
I thought we was together though. My parents and my family said that you don't really need to sign a prenup, because we married.
Well, I'm sorry, you're not marrying your parents, you're marrying me, and
Well, I
you
got
gonna need to sign this
well,
prenup, but we're
well,
not getting married.
well, I gotta go over it with my lawyer or my parents or somebody. I just can't just be just signing this. I don't know what's going on over here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel
Oh,
good about this.
I'm gonna need you. If we gonna get married, you gonna have to sign that prenup.
Mm,
Maybe you can marry your parents, but you
mm,
ain't gonna marry me unless you sign this prenup, because I'm
mm,
gonna protect my assets.
mm. I don't really feel too comfortable with signing the prenup.
I don't understand.
I don't even know what it says in
It
here.
it
You got a
just
lot going in
says
there.
it just says that you leave with what you came in with, and I leave with what I came in with. If it doesn't work out, that's all it
But
says.
who gonna help me buy all my shoes? I don't like all this. Mm.
Mm. And so that's basically, Virginia didn't say all that, but that's what Virginia was saying. Virginia did it in her way. Her way was to be quiet, and she just kind of looked at him when he was, saying, "Well, I need to have."
Mm.
She was just kind of like,
Mm. I don't like
"Okay,
it.
okay,
And
okay."
Devin was like, I don't like it.
Yeah, so that's what Virginia did, but what she really was saying was what we just said. If you don't sign this prenup, it ain't happening.
Mm.
And I ain't mad at Virginia for that. Protect your assets, girl.
Devin was nervous. He was sweating.
He was. All right, so moving on to the next episode. So the next episode, you have Taylor and Daniel. They're talking about how they feel about each other, and they're eating. They're eating on the ice rink, and
Yeah, that's what they do in Minneapolis. I guess it's known for skating. This is
yeah, she said it was like the hockey state.
hockey state.
Yeah, and
So yeah, that's what they do.
okay, now this is the thing. It seemed cold. We don't do cold, and they sitting in the middle of this ice rink. They both have on coats, and well, did they have on coats?
Yeah, they had on coat.
Okay, that's why. Okay, so I'm not. How can I sit and have this nice meal and I'm cold in a coat? So the ice rink would not work for us. We gonna need to sit in a restaurant where we
Yeah,
can take our coats off and be comfortable.
yeah. I mean, to each his own, though. They enjoyed themselves. They had a nice little dinner, and we'll see where it goes from there.
That's right. So these were the date nights. These were the date nights, the last date nights before the wedding.
Mm.
So next up, we have Monica and Joey. This is they went to the botanical garden, and it was really pretty. It really was. It was really pretty pretty. They had great energy, and she was wondering if he was into her as much as the other couples are into each other. And she seemed to want more physical touch from him. Now, this was my thing. I understand her wanting more physical touch. That makes sense to me. I'm definitely a very
Yeah.
touchy person. I love the feels and affirmations and all of that. And I love to be touched by my husband.
Mm.
Other than that, I'm OCD. I don't like to be touched by other people. Don't touch me. But my husband, I let it be touched by him. So I get that. But what I didn't understand was when she was wondering if he was as into her as the other couples were
Uh,
into their people. And I was just like,
mm.
why are you worried about that? You know, like
Yeah.
just focus on each other. Why are you worried about if he's into you as much as the other couples? Focus on building your relationship. So that was a little weird for me.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
In the next scene, Sarah and Ben. This is another date night. They were talking about his church. Um, they have different views and different values. And
Yeah.
so she's still trying to figure that out and work that out. So she's not sure if the relationship will
Yeah, that's
work.
one thing. That's one thing about dating blindly. If religion, non-religion, or religious values, you gotta make sure they align with each other. That's all I gotta say on that.
All right. And I see your question, Lux, and I don't know what that is. So, no, we do not play that. I see you asking if we play something, but we don't. So, I did want to answer your question. Thanks for the chat. Next, I did want to say that Ben was very tired that night, and he really would just, he was tired. He was ready to go to sleep. So she was a bit put off that he didn't really want to talk about the relationship. And, but he was just tired. He said he had work. And I get that you have to find the right time to talk to your significant other. And it might not be when he just got off work and he's tired, but they're engaged. So they're just learning this.
Yeah.
You know, we 25 years in. So I know that. As a newlywed, I would not have known that, and they just met each other. So she maybe doesn't know the correct time to have deep conversations with him, but it's definitely not when your significant other is super tired and just got off work, because they're not ready to just dive deep into a deep conversation about where's this relationship going type of situation. So she seemed to be put off that he really wasn't interested in having a deep conversation, and that seemed to bother her, but it is what it is. Next scene, you have Virginia and Devin. They're on a horse and carriage ride, and they are eating on the inside, which works for us.
Yeah.
That's how we do our date nights. We need to be inside somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was a nice horse and carriage ride. Had the lights underneath the horse and carriage. It's pretty nice. Romantic. Had the nice little cover over them. So it was doing a thing.
that was nice. And then he got her a gift, which I thought was super sweet. He got her a gift, and it was because he's into basketball, right? It's basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he got her a basketball
Yeah.
jersey,
Yeah.
and he got himself one, and
Yeah.
this way they can be on the side matching and rooting, because he's a assistant coach.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought that was cute. And next scene, we have the bachelor and bachelorette parties, which were very different. The guys,
Yeah.
I think
the guys played football.
Yeah.
Kicking the ball through the uprights, throwing the ball. Doing basketball. I mean football skills. Doing their football skills. It was pretty good.
yeah, and then the ladies, they did like the Golden Girls. they all came in dressed as elderly women, and they all went to the Mall of America and just got on the roller coasters in the Mall of America, the carousel. It was fun, and that's something I could give. Me personally, I think all bachelor and bachelorette parties should be like that.
I ain't gonna lie, the football one, that one looked kind of cool. I would do the
like
football. The
it.
football guys throwing the football, that was pretty cool right there.
I
And
really
all of them
did.
had their own jerseys, and they were at the Minnesota Vikings stadium, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I really did enjoy that. I like, I could be kind of silly. And so I would enjoy dressing up as an elderly woman, and just having fun with that. So I thought that was a great idea. A lot of fun. Okay, so the next scene, you have Devin. So Devin signed the prenup. Yeah. Yeah, so he did go ahead and sign the
Yeah,
prenup.
Devin ain't have a choice. Devin ain't have a choice. He had to sign that prenup.
He did, or
He
she was
want
not getting
he
married.
wanted to marry his whoop-de-whoop.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if you watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but Candy Burris, when she was literally in her wedding dress, and she said, "If Todd don't sign this prenup, it ain't gonna be no wedding today." And that's how Virginia came off to me. She was quiet though. She it's what's not said with her. She know how to So it was not said, but she pretty much came off as, if you don't sign this prenup, there will be no wedding
There
today.
will be no way.
Yep. So the next scene, and he did say that he realized the prenup. He had his lawyer look at it. He had his mom look at it,
Yeah,
and really, they're just, if it doesn't work out, they're going to just leave with what they came with, which is completely fair. And
yeah,
so, yeah, he signed it. Next scene. Oh, we get into the wedding. So Sarah and Ben.
yeah. Maybe we could do the wedding on the next segment. We'll get with you all on the next segment on the wedding.
All right. So we'll end the live here. Stay true to yourself.
Be true to yourself and
If
give
you're
your
just
just
due
due
to
to yourself.
yourself, believe in yourself. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you can always be notified of all of our new videos.
Until next time,
Until
friends.
next time, friends.
Yes.